We are Monday, January 16th. I'm taking a break from doing my walk and I got half of it done. I want to do a little bit more. And I just saw a giant brown dog. The one my mom was talking about. I think it's a Belgian Malinois. It could be a German Shepherd. It's definitely a Shepherd breed. It's like a ghost. He was there and then he wasn't. He just vanished. I don't have photos of him. I don't have video of him. But if you've seen a short-coated Belgian Malinois, you probably know what I'm talking about. He probably is mixed with something else. I don't know. He didn't growl at us. He didn't bark at us. He just stayed on the road and just kept on his merry way. Now, I've seen the dog for myself. Now I have to be extra careful with Duke because I don't trust that dog. Thankfully, I've been teaching Duke to go in the backyard. Because this is getting ridiculous. I'm getting tired of people dumping their dogs in my neighborhood, and I'm the one that has to suffer because I have a tiny little dog that can't defend himself because he's 7 years old. He's too old to be trying to fend off a big dog like that. This is getting ridiculous. If it wouldn't be a federal holiday, I'd be calling the shelter to have them come pick that dog up because this is getting too ridiculous. Here's Gus. The others are there. But that's the only three that I see right now. Starting Thursday morning, Limpy was around. Thursday afternoon, Limpy disappeared. One of the new beaks disappeared on Friday, and by the weekend, Peahen, Ruby, and Little Miss Fussy Pants, Peahen's sister, disappeared as well. I've even just realized the Umble brothers, Mumble and Bumble Umble, are no longer here. And I haven't seen Chuck in a good while either, unless that is Chuck. But two of the limping chickens, the Umble brothers, they're no longer here. And poor Limpy is missing too. I got 3 surviving roosters of that entire flock. Now, one or two things happened. Either that dog has been around since last Thursday, and it has been picking these chickens off one by one, or their owner has pinned them up good, and these 3 keep getting loose. They are roosters, they are smart, they know how. I'm hoping that they're pinned up. I'm hoping they're pinned up good, and not that big old loose dog keeps getting them. Because I sure miss little Limpy. And she has gone missing before and come back and surprised us. We'll see. I don't know if I'll see her today. I'll keep you posted, updated. I'll let you know if we see her again. But I'm afraid that loose dog is picking these chickens off. If I can get a photo of that dog, I'll show you that too. But I can promise you one thing. I am definitely being a lot more careful when it comes to Duke. He is not going in the front. He will go in the back. He used to like to go on that road. Nuh-uh. He goes in the back or he don't go at all. It's for his own good, for his protection, and for mine. Look who came by for a visit on this Tuesday, January 17th. There she goes. Must be a squirrel she's after. Yep, there's a squirrel. She's not going to get it though. But she's after that squirrel. Okay, it's time for me to go on a bit of a rant on this Tuesday afternoon. What I'm trying to do here is to do the proverbial equation of 2 plus 2 equaling 4. The only problem is I'm not getting all the evidence. You want to know what I mean? Just stick with me here. In yesterday's vlog clip, I mentioned that I had seen a Belgian Malinois or German Shepherd type dog roaming the neighborhood, and that it went behind the neighbor's house to go to the back of the neighborhood. This morning, there was a second dog. It looked like some kind of pointer dog or a bird dog that followed the exact same route of the previous dog, went behind the back of somebody's house to go towards the back of the neighborhood. Now, what I'm trying to figure out is, A, who would have dumped these dogs, and B, if these dogs were not dumped, who owns these dogs and who are letting them loose in this neighborhood? You see, there's a new law that went into effect January 1st in our parish that you are supposed to have your dogs under control, that you are supposed to have them on leash, and that you are supposed to be with them. Whoever owns these dogs, if they are owned by somebody in this neighborhood, clearly is not following that law. Now, the other thing is, ever since my mom and I have started seeing these dogs around last Thursday, or give or take, the chicken flock has been getting a little bit thinner. I've noticed that over the past few days. I've said it in a clip on Monday. I'll say it again. Limpy's missing. Ruby's missing. That was the little red one. Peahen and her sister, little Miss Fussy Pants, are both missing. 2 of the new beaks are missing. There's only 2 left. But quite a bit of the original flock that has been around back and forth, you've seen them, they're missing. There is only 3 roosters left. Felix, Gus, and the one I'm calling Rudy. I think that actually may be Chuck because he's missing the white feathers near his tail feathers, but there's only 3 roosters left. Keep in mind, I could very well be wrong because Limpy has gone missing for a couple of months before and has shown back up later. Peahen has gone missing before and has shown back up with a flock of little baby chicks. So I'm honestly hoping and praying that their owner has only just pinned up the good majority of the flock in order to keep them safe, since he has seen one of these dogs around before, and that the worst has not actually happened to them. There are just so many weird coincidences when it comes to these new dogs in the neighborhood that I'm beginning to think I could be right, and I'm also thinking that I could be wrong at the same time. I don't know. There's an old saying, you can't really say anything without any proof. So, I'm just going to call them strays for right now until I know anything more. The one thing I do know is that these dogs seem to know where they're going when they're leaving our side of the neighborhood to go back to the back side of the neighborhood. That is one strange coincidence for sure. Make of it what you will. I figured I'd lay out the evidence to try and figure out for myself what's going on. Maybe you guys can help me. Leave a comment down below which one you think it is. Are they strays or are they owned? And before anyone says, why don't you call the shelter? We have already done that in this neighborhood. The shelter is too full to take on any more dogs, so we are kind of left up to our own devices here, which is a huge problem for those dogs because there are people in this world that will purposely hurt them just to do it. And that is something I definitely don't want happening to these dogs. All I want is for the owners to step up, take responsibility, and at least pin up the dogs. That's all I'm asking. I will be keeping you updated about the dog situation, so make sure you are following us on all of our channels if you want to know what happens next. And make sure to check out the Our Petting Zoo playlist over on YouTube to see the various chickens, cats, and other little critters that have come our way. Remember to bring some joy, laugh a smile to somebody's day, and we will see you in our next one. Later!